Before you start watching this, I know nobody likes unsolicited advice. So in 2018, I made a decision that would affect the next 3 years of my life. I had an idea, I had an epiphany, I had a spark, and I wanted to try and achieve something. So what you're about to watch is the 3 things that I would tell myself back in 2018 on how to do it differently. I'm sure you know what it's like. We get an idea, we get inspired, we get inspiration, and it's like, right, yes, I want to do it. And then what happens? Your mind starts racing and running away and comes up with all the reasons why you shouldn't do it. That's what happened to me. I had an idea that I wanted to open up my own jiu-jitsu club, and I thought, fucking hell, how good would that be to earn money from something that is my hobby, that I would do anyway. And then in an instant, my mind came up with all the reasons why I shouldn't do it. All the negative reasons, what could go wrong, what might happen, what if this, what if that. And before I knew it, I talked myself out of it. So what I'm going to give you is the 3 things that I would do differently. 3 questions that I would ask myself. Because let's be honest, after that moment of inspiration, when your mind starts telling you things, fear of failure, fear of looking stupid, fear of getting it wrong, and I bet deep down inside, you know what I'm talking about. There's the fear of what if it actually happens? If everything happens and it goes right, it's going to change your life. Your life is going to have to change for this to happen. So what if it actually goes right and so you succeed? The fear of that as well. So 3 things that I want you to ask yourself. What will it look like when it's done? What does completed look like? For me, that was people turning up, me coaching a jiu-jitsu class, and people paying for that coaching session. And then obviously you can build on from there. It doesn't have to be the end result, the completed thing, but what does done look like? The next thing I want to talk to you about is how can you make it easier? So what would this look like if it was easier? Again, as soon as we come up with the idea, the spark, the inspiration, we start to tell ourselves, oh, I've not got this, I've not got that, I've not got money to start it, I'm going to need this, I'm going to need X, Y, Z. Again, using me as an example, what does done look like? It looks like me in a room teaching jiu-jitsu, people coming and paying for me to teach them. So what would it look like if it was easier? Who can you use in your circle of friends? Who do you know? What contacts have you got to call upon to help you out? I'm not saying they need to do it for free, but you might not need the expense that you think you do. Social media, YouTube, Facebook is primarily free. So what would it look like if it was easier? For me, that was a free Facebook page. Advertise some classes, or one class. I knew a mate who owned a gym, who had mats I could use. So I just had to send an email or a message to see what he would charge me for renting the room off him. That's what it would look like. And then you can build up there and build up the complexity as you start to adjust and get better. And the last thing, and a big downfall for me, was I had this idea, best intentions in the world, I was motivated. I didn't do anything about it for about 6 months. It was just an idea, a thought that was in the back of my head. So the last question is, what can you do now to take action? What's the one thing you can do now to start the ball rolling? It might just be an email. It might be signing up for a Facebook account. It might be doing a Facebook post. It might be sending a message. It might be doing a bit of research. What is the one thing that you can do now to take action? Never leave the scene of a good idea without action. So that's what I would tell myself if I was doing it again in 2018. What does done look like? What would it look like if it was easier? And what's the one thing I can do today to get that ball rolling? Let me know how you get on. We'll see you soon.